If you should start with your overall thoughts about the win tonight.
Yeah, I thought it was a good performance overall. Orange County's a good side, and we knew all week in training that they were going to pose some threat to us as well. But at the end of the day, it's about what we do with the ball, without the ball, and I thought we did really well tonight at just controlling what we could control, and overall happy with the performance.
All right, so you had obviously no secret up and down the past few months, or month it feels like. What's been the leading change behind these last 2 weeks?
Honestly speaking, I wouldn't really say there's been a change. A lot of us, we've been in this game long enough to know that there's highs and lows, and the teams that deal with that the best are the ones that are the most successful. So I think the past, couple weeks, couple months have probably been the lower point of the season for us as a team. But I think you're seeing in recent weeks that football is a game of ups and downs, and once things start to click and the confidence builds back up in the group, we're seeing it in training, seeing it in games now. This team can continue to go on and do something really special this year.
So on that, you said things start to clicking. Do you feel they're clicking now in the right mode with 6 matches left in the season?
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's the old saying, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, right? And I think in a 10-month season, you can sort of lose track of that because obviously at the end of the day, you want to win every game, but there's going to be certain challenges that you face along the way, and you have to manage those challenges and overcome them. And I think things are clicking for us definitely at the right time, but it's on us now to keep that momentum going and not get satisfied.
And actually, that leads to my last question. Not being satisfied, and obviously, the struggles the team has had recently, more recently, last week, you've turned that around. So do you, when you guys are in a moment like that where you're struggling, do you feel like it bonds the team more together? Be like, hey, let's try to get out of this. And on that note, do you feel like, and now that you are coming out of this, do you feel like is that time to make that last push?
Yeah, I mean, definitely the time to make the last push. I think I wouldn't really say it necessarily bonds the team even more because we're already a very close-knit group. I think it maybe helps us sharpen our tools, sharpen our mindset that little bit extra that, every game is a final. Every half we play is a final. And at the end of the day, we need to pick up as many points as possible. And we're definitely on the right track.
Particularly this final stretch of the season, getting one win and then another, starting to build some of that momentum. It's good for you, it gives you some confidence, but like you said, you also have to, there's almost a responsibility, I guess, to keep that going. So how much does that responsibility, maybe that pressure to continue that momentum weigh on you guys, or is it still mostly just the confidence, good vibes, essentially?
Yeah, I would never really say it's pressure. I mean, pressure is a privilege. So to be in a position where we are in the table, for example, to still have plenty of games to go to move up in the table, especially with a good group like the group that we have here, I mean, pressure is a privilege. So we're taking it game by game, training session by training session, just trying to get better each week and just keep going.
And one of the narratives over the last couple of months was particularly having difficulties at home. You guys have been better on the road than at home this season in terms of results. Obviously, you break that tonight. You get the first home win after 5 without. So Carlos kind of thought maybe there was also just something mental that was maybe you guys felt pressure to perform in front of the fans, family, and all that here. Was there something sort of psychological that you guys overcame tonight, or was it just a good performance on the pitch mostly?
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I wouldn't look into it too much. At the end of the day, it's what you do on the pitch that matters. One team wins, one team loses, if it's a tie. But we control what we can control, and in recent games at home, we haven't necessarily been showing up the way that we need to be. So we don't look at that as an excuse. You know what I mean? We're embracing it. We're saying, okay, it needs to be better. And at the end of the day, we have the best supporters in the league, and they deserve to have a team that's on the field representing the city and fighting for them and fighting for the badge. So it's one game at a time, and each game is worth 3 points. Each game has the same amount of points that's worth. So we just need to keep it going.
What stood out to you about the team's fight on both ends of the pitch?
Honestly speaking, I mean, guys just working for each other. We have a really, really strong group. The guys that are on the pitch, the guys that are on the bench, the guys that aren't in the squad. At the end of the day, like, if you guys saw what our training sessions look like, I mean, it's a dogfight. But that's what makes us who we are come Saturday. That's why we're able to be sharp in the right moments come game time, is because it's a full team effort. And just because guys aren't necessarily on the pitch doesn't mean they're not the reason why, for example, some of us who are on the pitch are playing the way that we are. It's iron sharpens iron at the end of the day. So it's a full team effort.
Talk about these last couple weeks personally for you. I mean, obviously going off and captaining Somalia in 2 matches, then coming back and getting 2 wins. How has that kind of been for you transitioning back here?
Yeah, it's been amazing, honestly. Really special experience. Proud moment for my family and I. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, when you're playing at that level, you're playing against some of the biggest names in world football who play on some of the biggest clubs in world football. And I'm feeling like personally I'm doing well. I'm holding my own against them. And so naturally it gives me that extra confidence to want to come back here and really kick on and help the team as much as I can, because at the end of the day, I'll always be my biggest supporter, but I'll always be my biggest critic as well. So just continuing to learn each day and get better and help the team. It's been a really special few weeks.